An American hero is laid to rest this afternoon.
His journey home took more than 75 years. That story coming up.
WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone. We begin with a developing story of a deadly shooting out of southern Lee County earlier this afternoon. 3 people were shot at a home in the Palmetto community, and law enforcement say at least 4 suspects are on the run.
WCBI's Allie Martin is standing by live at the Sheriff's Department, where a press conference just wrapped up a short time ago. Allie?
That's right. I'm out here on County Road 45. Sheriff Jim Johnson just gave us an update. There is 1 fatality from this shooting. It all started about 3 o'clock this afternoon. The sheriff and his investigators have found out that about 3 o'clock this afternoon, a car drove by the address here, County Road 45, 181 County Road 45. It's a mobile home, and apparently whomever was in the car fired a number of shots at mobile home.
All right, that was Allie reporting for us in Lee County. Well, it happened 77 years ago this morning. Japanese planes appeared over Pearl Harbor, dropping bombs on the U.S. fleet anchored there.
December 7th, 1941. In the words of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, a day that will live in infamy. More than 2,000 Americans died in that attack, many lost forever in the waters of the Pacific. Darrell Wade of Calhoun City was among those killed that morning. Today in Kilmichael, Wade is finally laid to rest at the Veterans Cemetery. It was a service for a war hero, a veteran, a hometown boy.
The day began, though, in Calhoun City. Our Riley Livingston went to the memorial. She joins us in the studio now with more on that.
Andrea, Hawaii was a long, long way from home for young sailors, including this one from Mississippi. He left home to serve his nation. Today, in appreciation for his honorable and faithful service, a grateful nation says goodbye.
Darrell Wade has finally come home for more.
It's very moving that we brought a Conrad home that had been missing so long, you know. And I've known the Wade family, some of them for a long time, for all my life, you know. But it was a very, very moving experience and exciting experience.
It's a day 77 years in the making. Wade was on board the USS Oklahoma when the Japanese attacked. He died that day along with a crew of 428. After nearly 8 decades of science, research, and determination, Wade will finally rest in Mississippi.
We found out about this around midsummer when the family was notified, and that's kind of when NAS Meridian got involved, and so started corresponding with Mr. Wade, and you know, obviously expressed a desire from the family for the Navy to be involved, and we couldn't be more honored to be a part of this. Obviously, bringing a service member home to his final resting place is a very important job for us and something we take very seriously.
Fellow servicemen and women filled Calhoun City's Pryor Funeral Home, ready to welcome this sailor home.
I can't express how important that is for those of us who have been out to sea and you know, off serving. You know, everybody that's participating today has been in the Navy. We've been at war the whole time, and so for those of us who've gone off to war and come home, you know, we've had that opportunity to come back, and it means a lot to us to bring a fellow shipmate home.
Wade's name is listed among the walls of the missing at the Punch Bowl. A rosette will be placed by his name to show he has been found.
All right, thanks, Riley. Such a special ceremony today.
Indeed. All right, time to turn things over to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson. He has a soggy look at our first forecast.
Joy, Andre, yes indeed, it has been a cloudy, wet day, still like that in Tupelo. 44 degrees currently downtown. We have widespread 40s across our area. We will be holding steady here this evening. A little heavier band of showers near Philadelphia. We also have some additional development there just west of Columbus, but the big kahuna, if you will, down here to our southwest. Look at that volume of rain. It is all coming our way later tonight and tomorrow. This evening, a few showers, yes. 40s all night long. Tomorrow the rain really picks on up, and we will see some heavier rain at times. We've seen the 40s on Saturday. More in just a few minutes.
Governor Phil Bryant says he's confident lawmakers will approve a pay hike for public school teachers. Bryant has proposed a $50 million pay raise for teachers in the state. The governor says it's important to pay teachers a competitive wage. He says the improving state economy has provided a good opportunity to pass a pay raise for teachers.
If you look at the revenue numbers that are coming in, we're about $150 million more than we had to spend last year. Just now, the budget is about $45 million more by the end of November than we had projected. So that's $45 million of real money we're going to be able to put into hopefully a 2-year, $50 million pay raise for teachers. It's time to do that again.
The governor also said he wants to pay Mississippi's correctional officers more, and he'll also recommend no cuts to any agency budgets. The legislative session begins in January.
At some point, many voters have considered running for office. Why not, right? To bring their ideas to the table. Before your name shows up on the ballot, though, there are some rules to know. Now, the MSU Extension Center for Government and Community Development is helping potential politicians know exactly what to expect. Our Victoria Bailey joins us in the studio to explain it.
Well, we all know that running for office on any level is no easy task. There are a lot of moving parts that candidates need to know before a race even starts.
If you're looking to throw your hat in the local political arena, there's now information available in one place to help you finalize that decision.
So it's an online resource to help local elected officials or people interested in running for a local office learn more about making that decision to run, about the qualifications that they have to meet.
The website is called Election Prep 101, and it features videos from the Office of Mississippi Secretary of State, Delbert Hosemann, printed resources on local election requirements, as well as the legal requirements for running.
Wanting to put your name on the ballot and doing the job is one thing, but you have got to have ideas. You've got to be sincere in what you want to do.
Clay County Sheriff Eddie Scott says this information will be helpful because there's so much more to holding office that's not written anywhere.
In my experience, probably 75% of the job is through the heart. You have got to really want to get in there and make a difference, and you've got to care about your community, the people that you serve. Always looking to make our place a better place to live.
MSU Extension Center for Government and Community Development instructor Jason Camp says he hopes this information will be helpful to voters too.
The local elected officials in the state are probably the most important because they're closest to the people. They're the people who are making the decisions that impact your daily life, the road you drive on, the schools you send your kids to. And so we want to make sure we've got good quality candidates running. We want to make sure that we're removing the unknowns for those candidates, and we think this resource does that.
Now, to find out how you can visit Election Prep 101, visit our website, WCBI.com. Joey?
Engineering students will soon have new classrooms as Mississippi State breaks ground on a new state-of-the-art facility that is today. The $34 million building, named after MSU alumnus Richard Rulia, will be part of the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering. The building will have classrooms along with teaching and research labs. Construction should take just over a year to complete. Well, it may be chilly this evening, but that's the perfect time for Wassel. We're headed out there next.
Watching WCBI News at 6 with Andrea Self and Joey Barnes.
Christmas cheer, bargains, and cider are on the streets of downtown Columbus tonight.
Yeah, the annual Wassel Fest is well underway. Our Cash Matlock is live with more on all the action. Cash.
That's right, Andrea. Now, shops on Main Street, they're staying open a little later than usual tonight. Their doors, in fact, aren't closing until about 8 o'clock. And I'm here at the Arts Council Center, and as you can see behind me, the Egg Bowl Trophy is on display. Now, shoppers are encouraged to come by, take a few pictures, a few videos, as well as try the wassail. Now, of course, it's all for the annual Wassel Fest. That's the reason we're here. So, what exactly is wassail? Well, if you're like me, you maybe aren't so sure. Wassail is actually a combination of cider, sugars, spices, and, you know, just a concoction of other things. Now, each shop has their own version of wassail. Now, here, they're serving wassail hot. Across the street at the Grassroots Candle Company, they're actually serving it cold. They're calling it Grinch Punch. So shoppers are encouraged to come out and try the different types of wassail, and it's all for the shop so that they can be claimed, or I'm sorry, the winner of the wassail competition will be called the Wassail Meister of 2018. Now, in addition to the great wassail, shoppers can come out and they can try, you know, different things. They can see different deals and different specials that are only available tonight during the festival. So I'm going to wrap it up. I'm actually going to go over there and hop back in line and see if I can get me some wassail. Reporting live from the Arts Council building, I'm Cash Matlock. I'll send it back to you, Andrea, in the studio.
All right, Cash, don't get any of the wassail with those special concoctions you were talking about, okay? All right, now, a Columbus organization hopes to give 200 children a new set of wheels for Christmas. The Community Benefit Committee used proceeds from its haunted house events back in October to purchase these bicycles. This morning, 20 volunteers spent the morning helping the group assemble 160 bikes. They will be given to children ages 5 to 12.
Every child for Christmas should have a new bike. When I was 6, I remember my first bike, and it was a warm feeling. I think every child in America should have at least that first new bike.
I remember my new bike too. The Community Benefit Committee still needs 40 bikes to reach their goal. You can contact Sanders if you are interested in making a donation.
A group of Lee County inmates see the Christmas story. Tupelo's West Jackson Street Baptist Church is presenting Christmas in Tupelo this weekend, but cast and crew had a special performance Thursday evening for some inmates from the Lee County Jail. They volunteered to watch the musical. Christmas in Tupelo also runs Saturday and Sunday at 6 p.m. for the public. Admission is free.
This evening we have overcast conditions, some showers out there. The heavier rain rebuilds around here later tonight and tomorrow. Your weekend forecast is next.
WCBI First Alert AccuWeather Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Saturday is almost here. Hopefully you have some indoor chores scheduled because we will have to employ those plans. Rain, temperatures in the 40s, increasing wind from the northeast 10 to 25. So get ready for a bit of a wet Saturday. Right now we have some showers out there, the heaviest rain across our southern tier. As we put this into motion for the last hour, you can see some of this coming and going. We will have more rain build on in later this evening. Changes lows tonight down into the low 40s. Basically, we are where we are right now. So no major changes this evening. Rain continues to build on in this evening. It becomes more widespread later tonight into our Saturday morning, into the Saturday afternoon hours as well. So a bit of a wet day for us. Highs only in the mid-40s. That's where we are right now. So over the next 24 hours, we don't really envision a lot of changes. If anything, the only noticeable change will be a little bit more rain and those gustier breezes, but highs will stay in the 40s here as we start the weekend. Speaking of the wind, I think they'll be from the northeast at about 10 to 25 here, maybe some higher gusts, so a bit of a breezy Saturday for us. Now let's talk about Saturday night, Sunday morning, still some showers around Saturday evening. As we get into Sunday morning, a lot of the heavy rain starts to go away. Still some showers possible during the day Sunday, extensive cloud cover as well. Winds come in from the northwest, and that will usher in some slightly cooler temperatures. So that's the way the weekend is shaping up. We still envision the opportunity for 1 to maybe 3 inches of additional rain over the next 24 to 36 hours as this area of low pressure moves right there along the Gulf Coast. The wintry aspect of this should stay to our northwest. Maybe a snowflake or two across the northern tier here Sunday morning, maybe Monday morning, but no impacts foreseen. That's certainly good news. That system will continue to turn as we get into Monday. Now, we may see some clouds hold tough on Monday, but the significant moisture at that point will be well off to our east. And look at this active jet stream over the next week or so across the southern part of the United States. That will give us some additional opportunities for some rain and maybe some storms by next Thursday and Friday. We are going to moderate things after this weekend where we are stuck in the 40s, even Monday too. We should be back into the low 50s Tuesday, a lot of sunshine, and then pushing 60 by Thursday.
Former Ole Miss head coach Hugh Freeze rejoins college football. More on that coming up next in sports.
WCBI Sports with Courtney Robb is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
The Ole Miss Rebels haven't seen a bowl game in 2 years due to controversy surrounding former head coach Hugh Freeze. Now, almost 2 years after his resignation from the program, Freeze is back and ready to coach football yet again. Earlier today, it became official that Freeze will be the new head football coach for Liberty University. Freeze joins the Flames after reportedly turning down offensive coordinator positions for prestigious programs in the SEC, such as Tennessee and Auburn, as well as an offer from Florida State. The head coach offer came following the retirement of former head coach Turner Gill. Freeze addressed the media earlier today, saying that his program will be surrounded with core values.
It's just an unbelievable day. I've set out of football for the last better part of 2 years, and it's given me time to reflect on the core values to which, when I adhered to them, followed great blessing. And it's also given me time to, when I did not adhere to them, learn about what discipline looks like, and to learn from that through grace and love of people, and also to really refocus on exactly what you want to be as you finish well.
Well, hearing Mississippi State men's basketball playing teams such as Arizona State, Dayton, Clemson, and Cincinnati makes it seem more like March as opposed to what the matchups are, which is non-conference play. And although the schedule may be stacked more than normal, consider the SEC talent this season and how stacked that will be, making this just the kind of preparedness, right now that the Bulldogs will need.
You know, we need to embrace it, and I think they do, and it's fun for them. And I told them the rest of our non-conference is incredibly difficult, starting with Clemson. So, Clemson, they all know is good. They all know they were in the top 25 to start the season. They'll be back in it, and before the season's over, they'll be an NCAA tournament team. And this is a big challenge.
It makes us be more prepared and more focused. We always take it one day at a time, but we also know where we want to get to at the end of the year, so we have to put that pressure on us right now to get there.
Well, it's time to grab the pens and sign on the dotted line. That's exactly what Moorville's Dylan Allen did today. Dylan Allen signing on that dotted line to continue his cross-country and track and field career at Southern Miss. He was selected as the 2017 Cross-Country Gatorade Runner of the Year. Allen, a three-time cross-country state champion, also holds 5 state titles in track in the 800-meter, the 1600-meter, and the 3200-meter. He chose to sign with Southern Miss over plenty of great programs, including North Alabama, Memphis, East Carolina, and Mississippi State right here in our very own backyard. Allen hopes to stay in the sports field, becoming a coach following college in the coming years, and says that he's ready for the new challenge going down to Hattiesburg. Congrats to him as he continues on with a new part of his life and a new part of his athletic career. It's going to be great for him to continue doing. Hope to see more from Dylan Allen as he continues on forward. That's going to be it for sports. We'll have your last look coming up after the break. Stick with us.
More rain is headed our way. The breezes pick up tomorrow. Stay indoors if you can, but go outside if you want to get soaked. You know, you have a choice there. You can go outside. Don't let me stop you.
Suggest no.
But some brighter days next week.
Great.
Amazing. Cold rain.
Cold rain. Yeah, it's nasty.
All right. Thanks so much, Keith. Thank you for joining us. Have a great night, everyone.